Hello YouTube friends and welcome to my channel. In this video I will share with you unboxing and first look of I would say special knife to me, just because it has been so many years since I had a Emerson, real original Emerson, not any kind of collaboration or the knife made by Kershaw, but this will be the Super Commander. And it has been a long time since I wanted one, but the last few years I don't know what's going on, but these are getting really hard to get here in Europe. Basically no dealer is able to order from Emerson. They are selling only on their website for some reason. Yes, it is a family-owned business. They probably don't have a huge capacity of making thousands of knives, so they limit the sale directly to maybe catch up. And yes, so for those of you who don't know, Ernest Emerson, the designer and the owner of the company, this design is from 1997 and it started production in 1998. The story goes as the some military or government people did approach him and wanted him to design a knife with some certain specifications. One of those was that the knife has some kind of hook to catch the incoming knife in, let's say, a knife fight situation. So he designed this wave function, how it is called, and also patented. And they told him that it does not only catch the knife, but it opens bottles and also opens from the pocket. So this one catches the lip of the pocket and it deploys. So Emerson does make also a standard and a mini, and if I'm not mistaken there is also a micro version of this one. So let me give you the specifications, and also I forgot to, obviously, proudly made in USA. So let me give you the specifications. So the Super Commander on the S Commander is a 24.5 centimeter long knife that is 9.6 inches. We have a blade length of 10.3 centimeters or 4 inches. The width is from 3 to 4 centimeters, depending where I'm measuring it. That is 1.2 to 1.5 inches with the width. The thickness is 3.1 millimeters or 0.12 inches. The handle is 14 centimeters or 5.5 inches long, with a thickness of 1.3 centimeters or 0.5 inches. So Emerson uses 154 cm on all his blades, minus some special editions. And I don't know what he's using on his customs, because there's also a line of custom Emerson knives. This version is with the Stonewash and the Satin belt finish on the grind. And there is also a black oxide or something like that coating, and there is also a black Stonewash. On the handle we have a special texture of G10. This is really nice and grippy. And we have titanium liners. This is an open construction with those spacers. Pocket clip, nice medium stiffness. And just by the shape you see this design was made to be a tactical / utility knife. It fixes your fingers in the position where it should be. There's also a guard to protect you, reverse grip. Opening method, we have a thumb disc or the wave feature. I'll be showing you the pocket profile, then I will show you the wave opening. On the blade we have Super Commander made in USA, the wave feature patent registration number, Emerson knives, and the number of the blade. This is 2030. And with these Emerson knives, there will be some sticking on the titanium lock, but this will go away after use. Okay, let's see the sharpness. This was bought used on eBay, but it is in mint condition, and you can see this is a scary sharp knife, and it is due to the edge geometry. I have to say that Emerson is one of not many companies that is using the chisel profile on the edge. So we have standard regrind on the blade, as you can see here. There is the regrind, but on the edge we have only one side sharpened. On the opposite side there is only a micro bevel. So basically this was meant to be quickly touch up or resharpened in the field. If you have something like a rock or a brick, it is much easier to only resharpen one side or deburr the other side, and then you have a cutting implement. Therefore Emerson is still using to this day from 1997 the same hardware. So we have flathead and Phillips on the body right there. There is also a lanyard hole. And now let's see the pocket profile. Like I mentioned, this has a really grippy G10 texture. So it looks like sandpaper. And this is how much we stick out. And let's try to simulate the wave opening. So basically you have to take it out and then catch the corner of the jean, and then it opens. So just imagine this was done in a fast motion, and it will open 100% every time. The only difference is when I saw on some older models that the original wave was a little bit smaller, but yeah, basically any kind of hook-shaped piece here will do the same. And that is, many other companies did some iterations of this feature. I'll be showing to you at a later part of this video. So now let's talk a little bit about the controversy. So yeah, Emerson as a brand, as knives, is something you either like or dislike. Some say that they do not invent anything new, that they still using the same old 154 cm, same G10, that the titanium liners are rough, that they stick, and so on, so on. I forgot to mention that the pivot assembly, it rides on Nylatron washers, which are nylon washers infused with some kind of silicone impregnated oil. They're looking gray blackish. I don't know, you can see them, but they are there. And basically it is a self lubricating system, so this knife will be smooth and will not attract any kind of dirt and grime inside. The action, given the nature of this knife, They should be used by military personnel or operators in the field. You don't want to have any kind of cage ball bearing washers there, which could attract dust and sand and will hamper you to operate the knife when mostly needed. But in my opinion, so for me personally, I do appreciate all the ethos about the Emerson knives. I really like the design. So this design it feels really great in the hand. If you didn't had the chance to handle an Emerson knife, I strongly suggest if you have a friend or somebody who in your vicinity has Emerson knife, go check it out. For some reason, they are a little bit problematic to get them. My personal journey with this knife was also a complicated, and I had lots of issues with this. Maybe I will talk about it in another video, but I don't want to waste time in this preview or first look. So now let's see a few size comparisons. So like I mentioned, a couple of companies did ask for the wave feature to be able to use them. So this is the Emerson Endura. There's also a patent, and basically this is your standard Endura just with the wave feature. And to complete the series, there is also the Delica. So you can probably still order these, and yes, they are really nice addition to the tactical slash utility family. So Cold Steel did went this own route. They developed this disc type of feature, not to infringe on the patent, and they combined the disc opening feature with the wave. So this has, as you can see, a small portion cut out here, which is this is not so good as the wave feature for Emerson, but this will also develop open in your pocket. So now obviously here is a Strider SMF, which is almost the same size. Then I brought a couple of other knives here. As far as blade shape, this one reminds me to a Strider RCC. There is also a Strider RC, which is bigger and is mostly the same size as Super Commander, but I don't know for what reason Strider stopped producing this one. Maybe they had some issues with the design, but yeah, it is one of my favorite Strider designs. I have two of them, and there you can see the pronounced recurve blade. So this is a really nice recurve clip point. I call it clip point, but probably it should be drop point, but I will not say otherwise. So Cold Steel Recon 1 is, in my opinion, somewhat a value, or not value, because these are not inexpensive. With new steels you are getting for around $100-120, but still let's say a third of the price of the Super Commander. But if you would like to experience a little bit similar experience to the Commander, then I strongly suggest check out the Cold Steel. You can choose from either clip point or drop point, Tento, and there are also 3 sizes, or 4 if you also count the keychain knife. Then of course, if we considering recurve, then the Utilitech 2 from Ontario Knife Company could be similar sized, but this is probably more a drop point configuration. But when we are talking way back, so 10-11 years, then this was back then readily available. And of course, not that wide belly, but the 710 from Benchmade is also a great fighter slash utility tactical knife that lots of people are using to this day, and I really appreciate and like this this knife. Has a much smoother texture G10 than the Emerson one, and obviously axis lock. Okay, let's go back to the more budget friendly, so under $100 depending on steel, what model you are getting at. But the Kershaw Blur has also this nice recurve belly drop point profile blade. And of course I have to put the Spyderco Resilience in this category also. This costs around under $70. We can also choose an option with the FRN scales. But yes, if you're looking for something really large that do not break the bank, and it has almost the same quality, so nice thick steel and steel liners. This is titanium, this is stainless steel, but nice large blade. Yes, you will have no recurve there, but maybe if you know somebody who can resharpen on a belt knife, then maybe they can put a recurve right there, and you could make a similar styled knife for a couple of more bucks. Okay, so I brought out also one from my really old knife. So this dates back, I don't know, let's say, I would say 14, yes, 14, maybe 15 years ago. The company should be still out there, but for now they're mostly making gas station knives, so $7 to $12. But back in those days, yeah, this was a decent knife, probably some kind of 440 stainless steel right there. But G10 stainless steel liners and this nice recurve blade, and this was not that expensive. I think I paid something around 25 euros back then for this, and yes, it is called the Night Commander. And not to bother you too much long, but there was also a companion knife, a little bit smaller, which was the Night Watcher. I have that one probably somewhere in a drawer at the office where I work, but not today with me. So yeah, interesting piece of memories. Then of course, I don't know if they're still available, but the 511 Terani designs. Yeah, I forgot the name of this knife. This was the first production run. AUS 8. Getting a little bit patina or rust there. I don't know, but yes. This, in my opinion, let's bring back the SMF, is something like a ergonomically designed strider. I don't know if Terani got the bookmarks to make something like a strider, but not as a strider. And he came out with this double, triple choiled design. But yes, man, this is just so comfortable. If you never had the chance, so this is the name, Prefence, Terani Prefence. So if you had not a chance to check these out when they came out, is a Lanarok construction, so smooth, probably rides on Teflon washers, but yeah. It even has that patented two-hand opening feature. I'm calling it in the video. But yes, you can just do your nails with it. But yeah, really interesting, beautiful knife in my opinion. If this in today's business will be remade with a nice G10 on my Carta, I would scream to get one of these. Okay, so from Protec, I got here the TR 4.1. So just that you can see the size differences. And now let's also do. Here's the Model 1. Not to spam you with lots of different knives. Here is the large reptilian, and let's do paramilitary 2 before I go back to the Dozier folding hunter. So yes, one more information I forgot to mention. The weight comes at 204 grams. That is exactly 7 ounces. So beautiful piece. I'm really happy that I was able to get one, and I can only recommend, if you don't had the chance to check out Emerson knives. They're highly customizable. You can get different kinds of scales, discs, so on, and hardware for the screw. So yeah, and the potential is really large with customization, and lots of people are customizing their Emersons and posting all over the social medias. So with that being said, I thank you for watching. If you did watch the whole video, it is a little bit longer than usual, but I'm really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And with that being said, I wish you a wonderful day. Hope to see you soon.